Might be good here. I feel like people might actually find it here. Oh, well, hi. I didn't see you there. These, they're nothing. Like, Easter's coming up. And I wanted to make sure to put out some eggs, to be a part of the festive holiday. And I felt like it would just be wrong if I decided to, stay out of the holiday and not try and celebrate it. I don't know. It was like, oh, what brings you here? Hi. Did you want to help with me? I was just, laying out some Easter eggs, all of which are colored, all of which are colored, of course. Ignore the fact that they're a little bit warm. That's okay. It's how you color it and stuff. So it just happens. I actually do know about the holiday. If I don't know if you know much about it or if you care to know much about it, but it's actually really interesting. So if you could forget about the whole, not that you were thinking it anyway. So originally the Easter Bunny, or at least the origins of the Easter Bunny, originally wasn't even a bunny. Fun little bunny fact: did you know that bunnies are different than hares? Bunnies are the same as rabbits, though rabbits are not the same as jackrabbits because jackrabbits are hares. So basically, it started off as a hare. The story actually originated in the 1700s in Germany, where basically to reward good little German children, a hare named it was Osterhares. Haas? Osterhaas? Oysterhaus. Yeah, there we go. It's Oysterhaus. And basically, the hare, which wasn't a bunny, laid colorful eggs, and so how the children would gather those eggs is they'd lay out beautiful nests for the rabbit to lay their eggs in, and to try and maybe lure or please the rabbit, hare, they would actually even lay out carrots, kind of like how, with Santa Claus, you would lay out cookies to, make Santa Claus happy. You would do the same thing for, oh God, it's like so hard to remember. Osterhaus? I think it's Oysterhaus. And of course, over time, the tradition kind of made its way over to America, and it also changed, and there's a whole bunch of different beliefs around it. There's a whole bunch of different, like, little spin-offs. Like, for example, if, a bunny is a mammal, why does it lay eggs? And some of those can be told in different kind of folklores. I believe one of the folklores are pagan. One of the pagan goddesses saw beauty in a bird who decided to save a rabbit's life. So the goddess then decided to turn said bird into a beautiful bunny that laid golden eggs, because it was once a bird. And so that explains why they lay eggs. Then there's also the fact that in multiple different religions, and just overall, bunnies are kind of known for their fertility. So Like, for example, the Greek goddess Aphrodite held rabbits very, very highly. And then I believe one of the pagan goddesses also thought of the rabbits as a symbol of fertility. And, you know, it's more of kind of like a love type of like feeling, I guess. And then when it moved over to America, it changed from eggs to chocolate eggs to candies inside the eggs to toys inside the eggs and stuff like that. And it kind of went all around. There's many different theories as to why the bunny may lay eggs. There's different theories as to why the bunny Easter exists, you know, just in general. And then there's also the fact that it happens on, you know, the same day that there's the, you know, the, I think it's Christianity. How it has its ties to, you know, that kind of, or that religion. Apparently, the Easter bunny has absolutely no correlation with, like, the religion or the Bible, aside from the fact that the Sister Mary, I think that's what they're called, their animal was often represented as a bunny. And some of the religion may say it's like when Jesus was reborn. It's like the egg, though. I don't know how stated in stone in the religion that is to be. I don't know if that's just some people trying to make it have more of a tie to, you know, the little Easter bunny that gave German kids eggs. They were just eggs to help the starving children. That was the motivation behind the original German Easter bunny, well, Easter hare, back in the 1700s. And yeah, that's the interesting story. Of course, I would never know much about, like, the Easter bunny, and the Easter bunny obviously isn't real. You know, it's something to just give the kids happiness. You know, give joy throughout the world. It's just like Santa Claus. You know, I'm not the Easter bunny. I know it kind of looked like I was, and I definitely did not lay these eggs. That would be very weird. However, I can confirm that none of these stories are true. Not that I am the Easter bunny, or I would have any way to know about any of that. But of course, I have a suspicion that the stories aren't true. Though it is always a fun bunny fact to do, to tell the tales of how people thought Easter came to fruition. So I hope it was a little bit entertaining, at least. I know sometimes I can ramble on, and it may not be the most interesting subject, but I guess it's something I'm a little passionate about, just because, you know, it's the bunny holiday, and I am a bunny, so I like to know about bunny-related things, even though it's, you know, really a hare. And I mean, anyway, so you don't have to worry about a thing. I appreciate the help that you're giving me for hiding some of these wonderful eggs. Just be really careful with them. They're like my babies. Or not actually, though. You know, I didn't lay these eggs. That would be, I'm a mammal. That's not how. And I'm a boy. So you know, I wouldn't. I didn't lay them. That would be like, how would I even lay them? Where would they? Don't answer that question. Don't think about that question. Just take it. See, it's in your mind. Take it out of your mind. Put it to the side. Burn it with a torch. Just don't worry about it, okay? We can just have a nice time. It's a wonderful day outside. It's perfect for placing my eggs, or the eggs that I decorated, you know. And I'm sure whoever comes and looks for these eggs, they will be very happy, and they better treat my eggs right. They deserve a loving family. They deserve one, okay? Hopefully they don't just eat them like the German kids did back then. Well, it's getting a little hot here, huh? Anyway, why don't we let's just find some good spots to find these. Do you have any questions to do with anything? It could be, like maybe it could be anything about bunnies in general. It could be more about Easter. I could give you some bunny facts. And take the make time go a little bit faster as we place all these eggs. So this is something that I do like saying a lot because it's probably my favorite bunny fact. And that's, did you know that a group of bunnies is called a fluffle? It's, I think, originated from Canada. I think that's where they originally started calling a group of bunnies a fluffle. There's also other names for it, such as, I think, Warrens? I think Warren is also another name for it. I'm not entirely sure, though. Bunnies aren't actually rodents, which a lot of people seem to believe because they seem pretty rodent-like, but they are actually lagomorphs, which in definition is rodent-like animals, but they're not rodents. They're just rodent-like. I believe there is one or two other animals that are lagomorphs, so it's not just bunnies in that category. Of course, there's bunnies, hares, and it's rodent-like burrowing animals, and I'm trying to remember the other. I don't think it's a chinchilla. There's some other lagomorph. I have to remember it. Wait. It's similar to like the one of the Pokemons, Pikachu, Pikas. They're called Pikas. So yeah, it's Pikas, hares, and rabbits. Those are the three lagomorphs. So they're not actually, they're not actually rodents. The like definition is rodent-like burrowing animals because rabbits actually burrow. Most of the time they live underground, and they have, warrens might actually not be a group of bunny. It might be what their homes are called. They burrow underground. They have little systems. They're very social animals. And another bunny fact would be, did you know that the reason why bunnies have, our little bunny tail is mainly used for distracting predators, because bunnies are prey animals, including hares, even though hares are basically just stronger bunnies. They are prey animals. So, because a bunny is a prey animal, that's why they're a little bit difficult to have as a pet if you do choose to have a bunny as a pet, because a bunny isn't going to let you know if there's anything wrong with them, and they're also very easy to startle because, they're prey animals. It's kind of built into them to be scared. So, for example, if a bunny has some kind of infection or any kind of something wrong with them, instead of letting you know because it is in pain or it is scared, it'll try to do everything in their power to not let you know that it's in pain. So if a bunny is in that certain way, like the way that you're supposed to be able to tell is maybe its like leg is shaking or something like that. And bunnies are actually very, very, very quiet. The only time you'll ever hear bunnies make noises are not good signs. It's either they're scared, they're very angry, or they're like in immense amount of pain. Though one, I guess, happy noise that you can hear a bunny make is, there are three types of kind of happy noises, but they're not like sounds. They're like, they come from actions. There's a bunny purr, which isn't the same as a cat purr. Bunny purrs are done with their teeth rather than like how a cat does it. They can also do a thump, and they can do a binky. A binky is kind of like that cute little thing that they do when they jump up into the air and they kind of click their toes. Like how would you would see it in like a dancing, like an old school dance with like, you know, the performers on the stage. And then the thumping is when you get a little around me, and they bonk. They do the bonk with their foot. Bunnies can end up being just a little bit on the cute side sometimes. Unlike me, I was a terrifying being, pure evil. I'm not actually that evil, but I'm not cute, that's for sure. But what are some other bunny facts that I can give you? Did you know that bunnies can see 350 degrees, and the only blind spot that they have is directly in front of their noses? They are crepuscular, which means that they sleep in dawn and dusk, or they're awake at dawn and dusk. I think that's how that works. What else do we have? Bunnies are very cool. I like them a lot. I'm definitely not biased at all, of course. You know, I think most people... Did you know that hares are one of the fastest animals in the entire world? They can go up to 75 miles per hour. Well, between like 75 and maybe at max 95. So technically a bunny can hop up to 75 miles per hour, even though it's a hare. So bunnies would probably be around 45 miles per hour. But that's still like... one of the 10th fastest animals is the hare with the 75 miles per hour. They can go very, very fast. Very fast. Either way, thank you for helping me actually manage to do something that would have possibly taken me hours, and you've made time fly. It only feels like I've been out here for like 5 minutes maybe, just because you're so sweet, and you're here, and I appreciate that. You're so sweet. Is there anything else that you wanted to do, or is there anything else that you wanted to know? I mean, we can lay down here and just rest for a bit if you wanted to. I mean, the weather is really nice, and it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's not blaring brightness down at us. I mean, it's kind of a little bit on the bright side, but it's not horrible, you know? It's like a good day. It's just nothing's too much, nothing's too little. It's just right. Oh, you wanted to talk about how I was why would you think that I'm the Easter Bunny? I told you the Easter Bunny wasn't real. I mean, why? Okay, if I was the Easter Bunny, what would that imply? Like, would I have magic Easter Bunny powers? Would I be going across the entire world to deliver people eggs? It wouldn't make sense that I'm the Easter Bunny. Like, nothing about it would make sense, because it's just, what would that mean, you know? Like, it feels like the only thing that would mean would be like, I lay eggs and that's it. And you know, it's not like unless there's like multiple different Easter bunnies across, you know, the world and stuff, where every little place has their own type of Easter bunny that hides them around. Or maybe because it's just me, that's why everyone believes the Easter Bunny is not real, because I'm the only one and true Easter Bunny. So parents decide to try and LARP as me, and it's not annoying at all, because, you know, they're making it seem like I don't care about my children, because, you know, I'm just laying them out for random kids to enjoy random snacks. Why would I put a Kit Kat inside my pride and joy that I spent a long time making sure, 1, it was beautiful, 2, it was cared for. It's not like I'm just like they can be just so like inconsiderate to how I feel. How would, you know, haven't It's like you're being pretended, but it's like the thing. We're not tax evasion, identity theft. They're pretending that there's an Easter bunny. They're pretending to be the Easter bunny. They don't think the Easter bunny's real. But how do you think the Easter bunny would feel if they were real? Like, it's like they're teaching kids that a magical bunny is letting out, just giving them their babies and sticking candy inside of them and giving them like chocolate eggs. That's, first of all, not even how the original story would go. First of all, it would be actual eggs. Second of all, like, why would I just give my children to random kids across the world? Why would parents think that's okay? Why would you trust an egg that came out of a bunny? Like, I get it, Easter bunny. Bunnies are cute, you know, they're fluffy, they're very harmless. They're marking, like, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's a little frustrating because I put care into just all of my eggs, and I you know, they're my babies, and I wouldn't just give them to random kids, you know, and I wouldn't hide them in such horrible places like inside the microwave or on top of a chandelier or inside the oven or behind a flower pot or literally out in the open, or wow, look, it's in front of everyone. You know, I like to hide my eggs in spots that are like, actually, when you find them, you're like, oh, I'm so glad I thought, because you wouldn't just stumble across them. You'd have to actively think, oh yeah, I have to stick my hand in a jigsaw trap filled with blades that I can't see inside of. I just have to feel around for it, and there's a bunch of syringes inside of it that are potions that I'm trying to test. Like, you have to make an active decision on, is my life worth this egg? Or you can look inside one of my fancy flowers, but that's a lot less dangerous, a lot more boring. But I mean, who's gonna reach inside of a flower? Who would think to check inside of a flower? No one would look for an egg in a flower. I feel like more people would try the jigsaw trap than they would the actual flower. Either way, the important part is I actually take care and pride in my babies, and the rewards you get are so much better than a piece of candy. Sure, when I birth my egg, I'm not the Easter bunny, I don't lay eggs. But when I, you know, get my eggs from the store, and you know, or you know, those plastic eggs that are weirdly warm, I like to stick inside of them things that are actually beneficial or helpful, or like, you know, it's gonna make a difference. It's like you get out of jail free card, you know. Like I put potions that make it so any kind of illness you have gone, like it can literally cure any kind of disease they may have, you know. Like there's another potion where it's the what is it called, there's the potion that makes you, you know, younger. There's the potion that makes you a little more stronger. You know, there's the regenerative potion. You know, there's just, you know, you got stuff like the good luck potion with a rabbit's foot. Like there's just some simple stuff, some more fancy stuff, but they're all like, no one would be like ever upset with what they get. They'd be like, thank God, this is exactly what I needed. And this is something that I would pay millions for, but I managed to get it by sticking my hand in a jigsaw trap and managing to keep it. Good for it. It's worth it. It's well worth the risk. That's the most important part. Either way, I think I've gone a little off topic. But thank you for helping me hide some of them. Hopefully, you know, I don't think I mean, your spots were a little lackluster. I mean, I didn't see you putting them in any death traps, which is a little disappointing. I mean, they are my babies after all, so I mean, like, I would appreciate it if you put it in spots that, you know, but it's okay, I get it. You want to make it a little more simple. I guess you're a little more kind-hearted than I am. It's okay. Either way, as long as we both can come to the agreement that I am not the Easter Bunny, and just thank you for spending time with me. Hopefully, I didn't bore you too much with. Hopefully, I didn't bore you too much with all the Easter talk or, the whole learning about bunnies thing. But it was really nice spending time with you, and I'm glad we were able to just be able to spend this time together. I might be out here for a little bit longer, just, putting some eggs in some fun little hiding spots. Let's put it as that. And I wish you luck if you want to test and see if you can have any of my babies. But, I mean, if you want to stay here with me, that's absolutely fine. But if you're planning on going back home, then, yeah, sweet dreams, okay? Why? Must you, cat? Must you? I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more